Institute of Event Management presents Destination Dubai in association with Palazzo Versace.
Hello everyone, this is Mahavir Radha Jangra. We are on Event TV Live. We are on a mission to explore Dubai with young delegation of the Institute of Event Management and from India. We are at Palazzo Versace Dubai. Rituraj Khanna, CEO, Q Events, and the King of Hearts, very popular and celebrated everywhere on most of the every second forum for weddings. Rituraj sir, welcome on the show.
Thank you very much.
We also have Monica Balli from Monica Balli Events. She's recently inaugurated one great initiative, International Event Certificate. She is Global Coordinator and Country Partner from Italy. Monica, welcome on the show.
Thank you so much for inviting me. It's a pleasure.
And Anand Saab, welcome on the show.
Thank you.
And you all, welcome Dubai. Dubai is happy to have you here.
Thank you, sir.
विशाल कैसा लग रहा है आपको बिकॉज आपने करीब मेरे ख्याल से 2 महीने पहले प्लान किया था कि मुझे दुबई का एक एक्सपीरियंशियल ट्रिप प्लान करना है और मुझे मोनिका मैडम भी चाहिए, मुझे ऋतुराज जी भी चाहिए और आज किसी ना किसी तरीके से हर शख्सियत आपके साथ जुड़ी हुई है. जस्ट टू रिकैप सर, 24th को पूरे ग्रुप ने लैंड किया और आज हम लोग 28th में हैं. ऑलरेडी 4 दिन हो चुके हैं. ये लोग एक्सप्लोर कर चुके हैं फैब्रिकेशन यूनिट से लेके टेक्निकल्स कैसे होता है, एक्सपो में किस तरीके से लोग काम करते हैं.
I've been following them. मुझे लग रहा है 4 दिन नहीं, इनको जहाँ 40 दिन हो गए हैं.
She clearly mentioned कि मैं शादी जब करूंगी जब मेरी शादी को ऋतुराज सर प्लान करेंगे.
Yeah, sir, it's my dream and I hope you do it for me. Please make some time.
So never say finish my event course because events is a non-finishing course. You learn every day. I'm still learning at 61.
Yeah.
Every
So
day.
you're just stepping stones.
I'm still keen to learn from you both very much. Thank you.
Okay, before I start, I have very few people in my life whom I trust, and MJ is one of them. मुझे कोई problem भी नहीं होती है, कुछ होता है, just have to ping him and he takes over. Then my troubles are over.
I'm honored sir, I'm honored.
I was planning Dubai. I said Jangra is there, catch hold of him. सब हो जाता काम. No, but he's very hardworking. The best part about him is he finishes his tasks. He never leaves anything in between. That's the beauty. So coming back to Dubai, it's a beautiful place. There are no rooms available in Dubai, I heard. Yesterday somebody had called me and he says, Ima was there and Ima says, Ritu sir, can you believe it? There are no rooms available. So I said, that's very good, but I did my events way back in Atlantis. That used to be the hotspot of Dubai that time. Atlantis. The best part about Dubai, I used to ride my recce trips because I used to do a lot of shopping. Because when you come for work over here, then you don't get time to do anything. So Dubai was a little frightful at first, but when we met our vendors over here, we hired the florists from here. That's about it. We carried everything from India. We got about 12 containers, and that was the first time we applied a new technique. We did a plug and play thing with our decor. So we had limited hours to put up a full event in Atlantis, and it's a little difficult working in Dubai. You can't use ladders, you can't use a normal scaffolding, you have to have a chairlift and all these things are there. When we used to, you can't use the normal fabric we do. It has to be fire retardant. We got that done. Anyway, how that was done, we shipped everything. And once we were there, and once the material started, reaching the pool area, the halls and all, then it was not a very difficult task. People were nice over here. People were helping. Our florist team did a fantastic job. And I think the logistics, we hired a local boy from Dubai only, Ankur. He did a fantastic job with the logistics and all. We had no problems at the airport. We had no problems carting our guests through the hotels. Everything was in place. I think now Dubai is in place to have weddings now. I see everybody rushing off to Dubai now. Versace has been everybody's favorite. I'm not very lucky to have been there. I was supposed to be there, but this COVID thing came and we had to cancel the trip.
I was about to ask sir, Mr. Punjwani wanted to know when is Versace?
I was supposed to come there with a client from Surat. They were planning a wedding here, and then it got cancelled. And before that, we had gone to Abu Dhabi to see Emirates, and then we visited 3-4 more hotels, but I couldn't reach Versace. We had to just stop at Abu Dhabi and come
It
back.
will be very soon. It will be very soon. Touch wood.
So we're just waiting now. Everything's open here. I've been out during COVID also doing my events. It was very those few months, 2-3 months when the clients also did not come out. We were sitting at home, but then I think everybody was, we had to fight it out. We had too much at risk. We had too many people to look after. So now I think this year we've done very good events here. We're looking forward to sharing that with our Dubai people also. We found new ways, new techniques, and how to work faster also now. But yes, Dubai is fantastic, and the only problem is outdoor events are a little tough over in Dubai because of the morning heat. And I think the rest is like any particular questions you want to ask regarding this. Otherwise, it's the same as going to a 5-star hotel and working. We get enough help there.
What sort of system you want to create and you want to start in wedding community?
Well, as for sure you know, today, so this has developed especially in the last 5-6 years, the wedding community and the wedding fraternity, especially in the upper scale, has come together at different events. So like I had the immense pleasure of meeting Rituraj and, starting conversations, learning about their culture, their weddings. So today, weddings or destination weddings are not just local, they're actually really global. And it's beautiful because what I love is education. I mean, for me, education, I don't teach, okay? I love education for myself because like Rituraj was saying before, our job is learning every day, because even if you just do a simple job, you're going to learn something on that day that will make you better for the next. So what happens is that, in many countries, education for the events planning is not big. Now, you are lucky in India because you do have schools, but for example, in Italy, we really don't have schools other than 2 weeks, which you know that in 2 weeks you don't learn a job like this. So what happened is that I met these certifiers called AJA Europe. They have an office in Italy, but they have offices worldwide, and they are certifiers. So they create personal certifications when a profession is not recognized in order to give rules, but to also create in time and excellence. So that's actually what we did. We created some rules in order to create excellence in the future. And upon that, what I did is I asked, really, to be honest, my friends actually from the wedding industry, weddings and events industry, because it's not only weddings, globally, if they were interested in being a country partner or an apprenticeship partner. And the result I had from asking was immense, was like wonderful, because everybody actually said yes. Why? Because today, it's not a piece of paper that makes you big, but it's the chance of being able to learn from those that have created this industry in order to be better every time. And you can do this traveling the world with us. So at the end, not only this is a certification that has opened 23 countries with on-site country examiners, but also we have 80 and running apprenticeship partners for who has done the examination, but has passed with a really good grade. So our aim is to create excellence and a brand that at site already gives the confidence and the quality of our work in the different sections of event planning. So it's not only weddings, but it's also car lounges, product lounges, sports concerts, whatever is an event, okay? And there are different figures. Why? Because, I'm a planner. I don't do production. I hire production. I don't have internal florist. I hire a florist. So people also need to understand that our job, there's big companies like in India, You have big companies with lots of staff and lots of professionalities inside. But each one, anyhow, is very specialized. Like when you say, I want to do an event in Dubai in the summertime and I have issues with flowers, that's something that technically there are techniques for that. It's not just saying, I'm good putting two flowers together, I can do that. You're going to fail. And that's what you go and learn in order to upscale your work, upscale your education. And remember, I am a strong believer that tomorrow's and today's strength is networking. Learn from your peers. Don't just be in competition. Okay? Learn from them. I mean, they're people, they're great. Many love to share. And you have the opportunity of traveling the world because every country is really different. India isn't a great country, but if you go to the US or Hollywood or come to Italy or go to Malta or to Iceland, you're going to see that they are very different again. And that's the beauty of this.
5 learnings that you would like to share with us.
Number one, first love yourself and then start loving what you do, which is very important. Unless you start loving yourself, you will never love your work. Number two, never jump. जैसे लोग आके बोलते हैं ना, decor passion, events में passion. Overnight, nothing can be a passion. Please struggle for 3 full years until you decide what to do in life. Because I just realized after 15 years, maybe I like backstage also more. Maybe I love decor all the time. Maybe I love something else also. Although I love everything in weddings now, after 15 years, but do not jump because backstage is also equally interesting. Your linen, your fabric work is equally interesting. Your accessorization is very interesting. So just don't think कि events में आके हमें decor ही करना है सिर्फ. But don't jump into everything. Start loving one thing at one time. Then only you'll excel. If you want to do everything yourself. Number 3, I think you have to be extra emotional to business of events. Like I cry very easily when I'm watching TV serials. Also, I never stop by to see the Vedi going on mandap. In the end, I just run off from there because I cry. But it helps me a lot because I connect with the parents, I connect with the bride and groom very well, with the brothers and sisters very well. Key factor is emotions. You just can't do a wedding business without being a soft-hearted person. Number 4, I think patience. You need a lot of patience with the guests these days. Look, all the mamas, chachas, buas, bhai, everybody's become a designer now. So anything you do, okay, no, you do this. So you listen to them, but do what you think is right. At times, all these kids give me photographs from Pinterest and all these photographs, where these filament bulbs and all are there. And I have to cover 1.5 lakh square feet area. So I just listen to them and then I tell them, I said, your parents have hired me to do something bigger. Let me crack my brains. So these are small things which you have to be taken care. And this comes step by step. Like I said, events cannot be taught. They can be
Experienced.
in school. But yes, we see you all on field. What do you do? Normally, when I employ anybody, my interview is not more than 30 seconds because I don't know what you all about. And then finally, I see you when you all are on a site with me. That's when I can give you appraisals, when I can see what you are good at, and then I put that person in charge of production, maybe of doing layouts, maybe making lists. So we have so many different things. So first, see what your strong point is. Then jump into your field of work in events.
Great. Thank you so much, sir. Monica Balli, 5 things that you would like to share today.
Well, 5 things. Well, first of all, I will tell you a little bit what keeps me going, okay? Maybe I can share them and they will be right for you as well. So first of all is curiosity. Be always curious in everything you do, everything you go around. Because being curious is what brings you to the next level, in my opinion. Try to specialize. So try to understand what is going around you, but try to specialize on one specific thing. Because I love having partners that are much, much better than myself in many different things because they make me shine more, okay? You can't be a one-person show, really. Another thing I would like to tell you is you have to be very, very ethical and have a high standards. I think this is very important because my 2 rules in life are go anywhere in the world with your head up high and sleep on 2 pillows. This for me is very important, which behind the lines means you have to behave very well and have a strong character as well, because they cannot eat you. And another thing is enjoy life. Every day, every moment you do. Because remember, there's one thing that nobody can gain back, no matter how rich you are, which is time. So make sure you spend it in the best of ways to have no regrets.
Great. Mr. Panjwani.
Yes.
Your fives.
So my fives, what I suggest and what I actually practice on a regular day is, first of all, don't overcommit. Please don't go overboard to just please the client, the guest, or even to the hotel. Number 2 is, I agree with Monica on be ethical. Please do not lie about certain things which you can't do, and sometimes the guest also has to accept a truth, because ideally, if it's possible, if it's not possible, they have to accept it and then go over with it. Third, I would say is be approachable all the time. Don't ignore calls, never ignore it. Sometimes it happens that there are bad days, bad times, bad moments. But once we start ignoring, then it actually becomes a nightmare, whether whomsoever, whether it's your suppliers, whether it's your clients, whether it's your colleagues, anybody. Because only when we talk, we have solutions for any kind of issues that we are facing. Another one would be, whatever we do, we always do it with a passion, with a truthful heart, and do it with your full heart out of it. If you are doing something which you do not like it, you are just burdening yourself with more stress and something yet that you do not like it. So I would say, yeah, these are the main important things, and be yourself at every point of time, so that the client doesn't think that you are fake or you are not doing the justice of what the requirements are. So that's what I would like to highlight, which is I follow it on a regular basis.
या इंडिया में तो बहुत होता है 50 परमिशंस लेनी पड़ती है. We need to take 50 permissions for to execute one event. So if you are working in another country
and you have no idea of the laws and policies, how do you do it?
We are lucky enough, whichever country we enter, things start falling in place. Everybody likes to have Indian weddings in their cities, and the government itself comes in front to help us out. That goes for Turkey, that goes for Thailand, that goes for Dubai. You go to any place, we don't face any problems. But you should have the right contact.
The right contacts.
Nobody stops an Indian wedding happening in any city, in any country.
Okay, thank you, sir.
it's a business source. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
I would like to add here something. I would like to add here that generally whenever you are planning a wedding in any different destination, it is ideal to have the tourism board involved in that, because they will help you with a lot of facilities and permissions, rules, regulations. And also at the hotel's end, they do advise what kind of guidance is required, what kind of permissions are requested. A lot of permissions in a lot of places are also taken care by the hotels. So these two things will help you out. And in case if you have a local partner, just in case, then that helps a lot more.
Thank you, sir.
Best, you have to engage a local partner. You can't do without them.
That's right.
Hello, ma'am. One question for you. As you have done most of these celebrity weddings, you have done in India as well. So what factors or protocols are kept in mind when you design a celebrity wedding? And what is the most beautiful wedding you have done till date in which you feel that you have powered your capabilities?
Look, to be honest with you, there are plenty. I mean, what I love is doing something new, something that I have not done before. What challenges me is what makes it a big hit for me. So every time I go to a destination, the first thing I do is make sure I have the best ever partner on site, because this is key. That's why networking is so important. But the best partner on site is not only the best as business, but as person as well, because you need to be aligned on the same mentality. Then once you do that, I tell you the truth, the best events are those that you totally challenge yourself. For example, there was once I did an event in Italy, actually it was one of the Facebook people. It was a second marriage, because at the first marriage, They were not wealthy then, okay? So they could spend more on the second renewal of vows. And everything was based on entertainment. So consider having to scale an electronic zoo with 100,000 people down to 60 with all a lineup of celebrity bands and DJs. I tell you, I had so much fun because I'm not a tech person. So I had to learn everything from scratch. That's what makes it fun for me, okay? When I do things that entertain me and entertain the guests that I don't know yet.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
What kind of pointers to keep in mind before planning a day and a night wedding? मतलब हमको दिन और रात के wedding में क्या
Morning events, when you plan, please see that your ceiling is all covered because mostly all our destination places are hot. You have too much of sun. You have enough of fans and coolers even during the winters, and comfortable furniture, flowers which don't wither away and become limp. And nights, it's all play with lights only. You have good LEDs these days. You have good chandeliers coming on the ceiling. Evenings are easy to do, but your lighting has to be correct. Not too many colors. Normally, if you're doing a heritage building, it should always be in amber. That's it's nothing much. This has to be learned when you're on site. Please notice all these things. Garmi mein khade hue ho, when you're doing something in the heat, you need a hat to wear. Same thing when you're doing a morning event, you need a covering on top for your clients. And your layout should be studied well. What has to be placed where. Your furniture placement is very important. Your stage placement has to be very, done according to the venue you're using. Normally, as soon as you enter a venue, you see that your stage will look better on the left or the right. So these things you learn according to the years which pass by. Normally, when you enter, I should always say, we'll put the stage in front. So if you have a rectangular hall, so stage is okay there. But if we have a long hall, then the stage should be on the left. These points are like you study your layouts. You go to so many events, you go to so many places. See उन्होंने क्या गलती कर रखी है, how that should be sorted out. That's the only way you can learn. There are no pointers for your good events.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Sir, what do you do for time management?
My time management is very good. I have time for everybody, but we plan our events much in advance, so that when our full team is going, even of our labor, even of our supervisors, everybody has studied the layout, so they know exactly when they have entered the field. Everybody gets onto their work. The truss people run with the truss, the fabric people start with the trussing. So we have finished events in 4 hours also in India in the hotels. That's because we study our project very well.
What things should keep in our mind at the selection of vendor or doing any kind of agreement with the vendor?
See, normally I take everything myself now. But when you have to appoint a vendor in some destination place, please make sure you go and see his godowns. Please make sure you see his team. That is very important. Normally, how the vendors, when you meet them in hotels, they say, "Hamare paas ye bhi hai, we have this also, we have this also." And they also outsource from other vendors. So that's where the problem comes.
Yes, sir.
If you have a vendor, they can execute 2 parties locally easily. I have vendors which I've been using since the past 14 years. I still use them now. So you have to go there. You have to see them, meet them, see their work, be confident, and then go ahead with them. And you are lucky that everybody in India is strong now. They have good staff. Their work has become very good. So there's not very distinct to appoint a vendor now.
Well, thank you so much once again, Rituraj sir and Monica Balli. Thank you so much for connecting with us live from Italy and live from New Delhi, India. And thank you so much, Mr. Anand, hosting us at Palazzo Versace, Dubai. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.